Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Jaishree Sharad, your hair and skincare expert. Today I shall be discussing all about dandruff. What is dandruff? What causes it? How can you treat it? All these questions will be answered. So what is dandruff? It is a scalp infection or a condition, and it is caused due to a germ called Malassezia globosa. Now this germ causes your scalp to produce more oil or sebum, which is in fact what this germ thrives on, and it causes dandruff. Now, I know this germs and infection and all sound scary, but let me demystify it a little. So, often what happens during puberty, your hormones change and the scalp starts secreting more oil. And then you have these germs called Malassezia globosa which thrive on this oil or sebum. And so there is a multiplication of this, these organisms that leads to a lot of flaking on the scalp, and that's resulting in dandruff. Now this can increase with stress, it can increase with hormones, it can happen at any age later on as well. It can happen with pollution, poor scalp hygiene, or even an irregular hair wash routine. Now to understand the dandruff a little more, let's understand the different scalp conditions. The first of course is dandruff flakes, right? These are powder-like flakes that you see on your hair and on your scalp, and sometimes you also see them on your shoulders. And that can be quite embarrassing, right? These are the top signs of dandruff, the most evident signs. Now, when these flakes fall on the forehead or on the back, one can develop acne and seborrhea as well. Then you have an itchy scalp. So there is an irritation due to this microorganism called Malassezia globosa, and that results in a lot of itching, and then there's redness and a lot of inflammation as well. Then there is dry scalp. Now there are various reasons for dry scalp, but one of them is dandruff. So when dandruff damages the scalp's outer surface and the skin cells, it also damages the skin's natural moisture, that keeps the scalp nourished. So the scalp sort of feels very tight, right? So it's majorly due to missing the essential moisture. Then you have redness of the scalp. So because of this itch scratch cycle, you feel itchy, you start to scratch, you scratch, the sensitivity increases, then there is redness and there's a lot of inflammation. Then finally you have seborrheic dermatitis. Now this is a severe form of dandruff, and the symptoms of dandruff and seborrheic dermatitis are pretty much the same. There's flaking, there's itchiness, there's redness, there's inflammation. However, how do you differentiate dandruff from seborrheic dermatitis? Seborrheic dermatitis can also be seen on the eyebrows, then on the corner of the nose, you see a little redness and flakes. You can see, sometimes you feel there's dandruff on the brow, you see some flakes behind the ear, so you're sure that this is seborrheic dermatitis. So, what about the solution? Let's address the few important questions that we have, and then, how do you actually treat dandruff? Now, you can treat dandruff in various ways. Maintaining a good hair routine is very essential. You must wash your hair 2 to 3 times a week, and you must use an anti-dandruff shampoo which has zinc pyrithione in it. Now zinc pyrithione helps to fight the dandruff causing germs, the Malassezia globosa. So what you do is you apply it on a clean scalp and leave it for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then you rinse it off. Okay. Now you can also use essential oils like tea tree oil, neem, to counter the dandruff, because these ingredients have anti-inflammatory properties and antibacterial properties. Now, having said that, maintaining an overall scalp hygiene is very essential. You must keep your hair away from pollution and sweat. Don't tie wet hair. Stress less. Eat healthy. That's very important. And keep your body hydrated. Now, let's call out the 2 most important solutions for effective dandruff treatment. One is a regular hair wash and using an anti-dandruff shampoo. So a lot of us are not washing our hair regularly, especially when you're staying at home and you're not going out. But that's a really bad habit, because the germs will build up, in your scalp, and the scales will actually increase. So it is essential to wash your hair regularly in order to get rid of the dandruff. The second most important thing is the type of shampoo that you use. So you must use an anti-dandruff shampoo. Now most of us think that the dandruff goes away by just washing your hair, but this myth This is a myth and it should not be followed. It's important to use a good anti-dandruff shampoo, which is actually going to work on the microorganism, the Malassezia globosa, which is why something which has zinc pyrithione, like the Head and Shoulders shampoo, is fantastic. So the entire Head and Shoulders range of products are very effective for dandruff treatment. It's important to note that if you have severe dandruff, you must seek medical attention. So that's when you will visit a dermatologist. Sometimes it could be psoriasis or seborrheic or some other condition which could be misdiagnosed as dandruff. So it's important to see a specialist. So this is it. I hope this video helps you taking care of your scalp and getting rid of your dandruff.